evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Ashley McDowell. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. The application period has opened up for those seeking new status for long-term residents of the CNMI. Also tonight, a bigger and typhoon-resilient campus is in the works. And a new group of people got sworn in to become citizens of the United States. In sports, top athletes are feted at the annual Sports Association Awards banquet. Stay with us, these stories and more are next.
My family is on whole home Wi-Fi powered by Plume.
Since we installed the Docomo whole home Wi-Fi, what did you guys notice about it?
When you pull up the driveway, it automatically connects, and I don't have to get out of my car right away and come upstairs to go on my phone.
My favorite thing is that it doesn't buffer when I'm watching YouTube.
My favorite thing is that when Addie calls now, there's no lag. Like before it used to be where I couldn't see her sometimes and I have to hang up and then call her back, and now I don't have to do that.
You know what's a good thing too is that when you come over to visit, I could give you your own password. I can assign a time limit so that I can say that you can only be on it for 1 hour. So that means you won't get in trouble from your mom.
And then you can go home.
The thing that I love the most is that I can freeze the internet for periods of time so that we can enjoy dinner time like this. Why are you rolling your eyes? So I'll turn it back on after dinner.
Whole home Wi-Fi powered by Plume. Docomo Pacific, better together.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Hafa Day Tiruwami and good evening, Commonwealth. Today is Thursday, February 20th, 2020. The USCIS has opened up the application period for those seeking long-term resident status in the CNMI. The U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services has opened the application period for those seeking new long-term resident status in the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands.
The Trump administration canceled the parole program, humanitarian parole program for the Northern Marianas, and gave Congress 6 months to, if Congress shall decide, 6 months to legislate and provide some kind of relief for 1,039 individuals. And, 6 months of legislating in 6 months is a huge task in Congress. It's very difficult to do something, but we successfully did it.
President Donald Trump signed the Northern Mariana Islands Long-Term Legal Residence Relief Act back on June 25th, 2019, and the application period opened up February 19th, 2020, where those eligible will have 180 days to apply for the new status.
After the enactment of the bill, of course, regulations were required, and it took much longer than was required by law, but the regs were issued last night.
But having the CNMI long-term resident status is not the same as having a permanent residence in the United States.
The agency will have a way to process applications and petitions for this visa, where individuals can remain in the Northern Marianas, only in the Northern Marianas, and they would have this status until such time as they abandon the Northern Marianas as their point of residence.
Applicants must file Form I-955 application for CNMI long-term resident status and Form I-765 application for employment authorization. And to be eligible, applicants must fall into one or more of the following categories: stateless, immediate relatives of qualifying stateless individuals, CNMI permanent residents under CNMI immigration law, immediate relatives of qualifying CNMI permanent residents, immediate relatives of U.S. citizens, or an in-home caregiver.
But it's for, individuals, spouses of FAS citizens, parents of U.S. citizen children. It is actually only for those who were on parole at December of 2017. So there was at that time USCIS said there's 1,039 individuals. I will be very honest and with you. I doubt very much that all 1,039 individuals will be eligible, will be found qualified by USCIS. There will be less, but still there's a good number of people here that will have this status.
The U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services states there are additional requirements applicants must fall under, which can be found at uscis.gov/news. The deadline for eligible applicants is August 17th, 2020. The Northern Marianas College campus will soon see a major upgrade. Sally Lemus has the details.
85% of the NMC campus was wrecked during Super Typhoon U2. Interim President Frankie Elliptico shares with KSPN the new campus updates.
Right now, there's temporary repairs and then there's permanent. So most of the temporary repairs have been completed, meaning we built up Building V, for example. Building J, we have classes Building J, Building K, Building M, and several other structures on campus that allow us to continue classes and also provide offices and space for our our faculty and some of our staff members, because right after the typhoon there wasn't any of that, and they were all sharing offices or hallways and other new kind of temporary spaces to be able to do their work.
Currently, NMC is in the process of identifying an architectural and engineering firm to help with the facility's master plan.
And what that means is they're going to help us lay out and design the whole entire campus, because as you may be aware, we lost 85% of our campus during the typhoon. So we cannot just go and say, okay, put a building there and put a building there and we really have to make certain that the next 5, 10, 15, 20, or 30 years, we are well prepared for the future by developing and designing a campus that is going to anticipate future growth.
Elliptical says they are working on securing funds for the planning and the buildings.
It's going to take longer than I anticipated, just because we're still, like with FEMA, we're still in the process of identifying and finalizing what they call a 428 process or application, which allows us to use the funds from to rebuild the structures that we lost and use them toward the construction of new buildings. So that process is not done yet. But in the meantime, we're not waiting for that. We're also applying for and accessing other sources of funds. So those will be, we hope to break ground within this year. But again, there's so many other requirements that we're being asked to. I mean, that's just, I'm learning so much in this process, just because, there's so many also permits and other requirements. But we are moving aggressively toward finishing them.
I'm Sally Lemus for KSPN News.
Today, we welcome 25 individuals as new citizens of the United States of America at the Naturalization ceremony. The room was packed this morning at the federal courthouse as 25 individuals got sworn in to become citizens of the United States. Quick comment about becoming a U.S. citizen. How do you feel about it?
I'm very happy. I feel so good. Yes, and I'm so happy I'm U.S. citizen now.
It is a happy moment for me. Okay, actually, just like I was telling Brian, it's kind of a mixed emotion. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but I'm proud now that I'm a U.S. citizen.
I feel really good.
I'm happy. I'm proud. Thank you, the Northern Marianas and U.S. citizen.
How does it feel to be a U.S. citizen?
Oh, I feel good. I'm very happy to make a U.S. citizen. Now I can vote.
Good, proud, and happy. Yeah. I've been here, I arrived here in Saipan 1990, so it's about 30 years already.
It's my privilege to be a U.S. citizen, and I could travel freely without needing a visa for any countries where we go. And as part of my job, I go out and I attend seminar, workshop, so I could travel conveniently without hassle at the immigration counter. Yeah. And I would able to share my knowledge and skills I acquired from attending workshop and training and help the CNMI.
And right at the time where we honored the current and previous presidents who have served our country.
Well, it was a wonderful opportunity to be able to address our newest citizens of the United States. And this is, of course, extra special because we recently celebrated President's Day, which is celebrated nationally. So there's this common kind of celebration of diversity, of our leadership in government, our leadership everywhere, and I was so honored to have been able to speak to our newest fellow citizens this morning.
While many say Trump is their favorite president.
It's almost President's Day. Do you have a favorite president?
Favorite president? Donald Trump.
Can I ask why?
It's because he's the president right now.
It's close to President's Day. Who would you say is your favorite president?
Of course, it's going to be Trump.
Yeah, can I ask why?
I guess he's done good, for the country. Yeah, so he's doing better.
Others have a different stance on who their favorite president is.
Everybody.
So you like every president?
Yes.
And it's around President's Day. Who would you say is your favorite president of the United States ever, out of all of them?
I think I like Barack Obama.
Why was he your favorite president?
It's like for the people, for the healthcare. I like the healthcare program of Barack.
President, I think same with my wife, President Obama.
Yeah.
He's humble and cool.
President Day?
Yeah, who's your favorite president of the United States?
Oh, George Washington.
Yeah, can I ask why?
Oh, because he's the first president and he's the father of the United States.
Coming from the countries of China and the Philippines, these new U.S. citizens are excited to start a new chapter in the land of the free. Coming up, donations were given left and right today. Find out where after the break.
Mom, are you sure? What about the shutters? And do you have your medicine?
Don't worry about us, love, okay? You take good care of yourself. Hi, my love. Yeah, sorry. The power went out, so I had to light up all the candles. Yeah. Yes, baby, yeah. I'm just glad our home phone's working and we're able to contact you.
Half a day. Join us for the Marianas Festival of Hope on February 21 at the American Memorial Park. Come and be blessed as you listen to a message of hope from the Reverend Franklin Graham. And enjoy a night of music featuring Grammy Award singer and songwriter and multi-platinum artist Michael W. Smith. together with award-winning guitarist Dennis Agajanian, the Tommy Coombs Band, and from the Philippines, Margarita It's Wahiman. Admission is free. See you there at the American Memorial Park on Friday, February 21. Gates will open at 5:30 p.m. For more information, follow us on Facebook at Mariana's Festival of Hope with Franklin Graham.
Watch the Visitors Channel online, on time, anytime at saipantv.com. Where to go, what to see, what to do, restaurants, spas, activities, and culture, it's all in one place in high definition on your mobile device. saipantv.com. Check it out.
Welcome back to the Channel 2 News. And after the KSPN2 News tonight, we present Vintage News. The Harbor Improvement Project in 1993 remains the most expensive capital improvement ever undertaken by the Commonwealth government. However, the awarding of the contract was not smooth and turned controversial. The story aired on February 17, 1993. A movement bringing local businesses together succeeds and they make a generous donation. Sally Lemus tells us more.
Shop local, eat local. This is an initiative that Jotun Enterprises has come up with to support local businesses around the island. This month, Jotun has collaborated with Ina's Kitchen, a local restaurant in Saduktasi.
Ina's Kitchen's head chef, Sunny Sablan, will create and produce a one-of-a-kind, out-of-their-menu local dish. However, that dish and its ingredients will only be bought at Jotun.
The dish is called wet burrito, and according to Chef Sablan, it is a great hit.
It was a recipe that I just came up with knowing what was being sold at Jotun. I did a little bit of research, basically walk up and down the aisles, see what they had, and just put a bunch of stuff together. It was a big success, and we hope to definitely do it again in the near future.
The wet burrito was a featured dish for the month of January, and the recipe is available for those who would like to try.
After selling 241 wet burritos, we took a percentage out of our gross sales, and it came to a weird number, so we went ahead and rounded it up to $1,000. So that was part of our donation to CareDot, including all the other fine items, non-perishable items that you saw earlier today.
Chef Sablan and representatives from Jotun presented the donation to CareDot this morning. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Sally Lemus.
And it sounds like the season of giving has extended. And our Sally also got to check out the Jotun Kizu Public Library, who also received a donation today.
After donating 10 boxes of children's books last December, Congressman Gregorio Kilili Sablan makes another generous donation this morning.
We received about 51 boxes of books from Congressman Greg Kilili Sablan. And we're very thankful because these boxes of books are going to help with our teen collection and the bookmobile and to all of our other branch libraries as well. And as you can see, our teen section of the library was damaged from Super Typhoon U2. So these books are going to help us immensely.
30 boxes were classified as high school level books, 10 boxes were for middle school level, and another 10 for general level reading. The library staff estimates that they received over 1,000 books this morning.
Congressman Kilili donates books to the library on a consistent basis, and he mentioned that he has been very active as a congressman in donating at least 60,000 books to the people of the CNMI. So thank you, Congressman, for doing that.
In a separate interview, Congressman Sablan shares with KSPN that the donation of books is actually a personal project.
Staff are not required to do this, but on their downtime, they're encouraged to go downstairs into this huge depository and select books for the Northern Marianas, put them in a stack. The Library of Congress staff count them, put them in boxes, seal them, and then we come in, our staff come back in with the labels that we send it to here, Rota Artenia, the franking labels actually, and that also covers postage for mailing. So we send boxes. We're working towards 60,000 books, and I'll be proud to say that no other congressional district has collected more books than the Northern Mariana Islands, and that's according to the Library of Congress, Joe, the guy who runs this program.
The Jolton Kidzo Library continues to provide a variety of services to the community, such as a story time, movie day, and they are offered every Saturday. The community is always welcome. Reporting for KSPN, I'm Sally Lemus.
All right, thank you, Ashley. Coming up, a new sports president lays out his vision for the future. That's in the KSPN2 Sports Report next.
You deserve more. I know it's been hard. Come on, let's go for a ride.
Hi, welcome to Dow Rent to Own.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now this feels like home.
Dial Rent to Own. Making lives better since 1987.
Do you have a team or company? Bring them to the Adventure Specialist, Saipan's homegrown Marianas Trekking. Our guided adventures will challenge and excite you, and our award-winning photographers will capture it in a unique and unforgettable way. Check out our off-roading, go-karting, mountain biking, hiking, and snorkeling. And we have top-notch rental gear too. So bring your team, bring your family, or bring your best friend. Marianas Trekking inside the Mariana Resort.
Grow your business with the Channel 2 News. Our professional staff are here to help you market your product, brand, service, or business in the most effective way possible. Be it state-of-the-art video services, graphics, or animation, we will make sure that you reach your target audience. Flametree TV, now in all CNMI hotels and most homes. It's your best marketing tool.
Buenas sports fans. Buenas sports fans, the Northern Marianas Sports Association held its annual awards banquet last night at the Fiesta Resort and Spa, honoring athletes past and present. Athletes and student athletes selected for each month of 2019 were the nominees for the Athletes of the Year. 2019 was not a banner year for many sports on Saipan as the island struggled to recover from a super typhoon. Tennis, though, achieved unprecedented heights by winning individual and team gold medals at the Pacific Games in Samoa. For that, tennis swept Team of the Year, Athlete of the Year, Male and Female, Student Athletes of the Year, plus Coach of the Year. Men's gold medalist Colin Sinclair, who grew up on Saipan before moving to Australia, now joins his mother, Catherine, as recipients of this honor. He sends a video message.
This one's extra special because my mom won this award a few years ago now, and so we've always had the Thomas Stone Trophy in our house, so so this one's really close to my heart. I want to say thank you to the NMI Sports Association and the Tennis Federation. Without your support, we wouldn't have been able to do what we did in Samoa, so thank you. I want to say a big thank you to my teammates. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Over in Samoa, I had a lot of fun, and yeah, I wouldn't have this award without you guys.
Jeff Race wins another Coach of the Year award. He was Colin's first coach.
A big thank you to Coach Jeff. Not just for what you've done for me, getting me started on my tennis journey and helping out with my pro career, but everything you do for the sport on Saipan. It's really incredible to see how many kids you've gotten into the sport and loving tennis. So I want to say thank you, Coach Jeff, for all your years doing that. Thank you.
Carol Lee and Robbie Shore, both of whom have earned scholarships to play college tennis next fall, credited Colin for leading their team.
Well, shout out to Colin. It was great to play with him. He was a great player, great person, and I idolize everything that he's done, all his hard work to get where he is right now. And I look forward to seeing him next year in the mini games.
Colin, big difference in the team, right?
For sure, Colin really was the leader for the Pacific Games team, and he really did a good job carrying the NMI team, and I'm really thankful.
Robbie played multiple sports as a youngster before settling on tennis.
In fact, I didn't even start tennis till I was 8, so I was just dreaming big, just playing as many sports as I can, and then I fell in love at age 8, and look at me now. I'm going to the mainland and expanding my game.
Carol, who's moving up to Division I at Georgia Tech, knew she wanted to be a tennis player from a very tender age.
It was a very long journey. Well, when I was young, I actually didn't think about anything going to college for tennis or getting a tennis scholarship. But then I just enjoyed tennis. I was just watching at the American Mirror Park with people, like local people, just playing doubles for fun, playing singles, and I was just watching them, and I just got into it. And then I asked my dad to teach me, and that's how I started tennis when I was 6 years old.
The Sports Hall of Fame class of 2020 had 4 inductees: Rufino Ogden for basketball and Louis Wobble for athletics. Neither were present. All-around athlete Jerry Adzudzu was, and he was practically speechless upon learning he had won.
Jerry, how you feeling?
Great, really.
Did you expect this?
No.
Were you surprised?
Yes. You know how it is.
Tell me how it is.
I'm just surprised, man. I don't even know what to say.
He's joined by Chris Nelson, a national all-star baseball player and championship pitcher in the 90s. Tony Satur was his manager.
You know how it is when a foreigner, or should I say foreigner, comes in and throw bullets during the games, right? So you pretty much a lot of sports fans out there.
The Sports Association ushers in a new era as Jerry Tan succeeds Mike White as its president. In front of government leaders, corporate sponsors, and off-island sports officials last night, Tan laid out his vision for the association.
Jerry Tan presented what he hopes the Northern Marianas Sports Association can accomplish in front of an audience that included the governor, lieutenant governor, the mayor, Guam Olympic Committee members, the president of the Micronesian Games, the Pacific Games Council president, and its executive director. Tan would like to see a healthier community.
But that's what the ultimate goal is to get everybody interested, involved, and get behind the sports program. And what are we going to achieve at the very end? A healthier community. So that we don't have to put a lot of resources into the public health. Right? Prevention is always better than treatment.
Saipan is set to host the Pacific Mini Games in the summer of 2021. Pacific Games President Vidya Lakin sounded optimistic.
Quite happy with the new team that's come on board to run NAMSA. We've had, 2 meetings with them. One was with the governor when they were there. And I think it's going to be a revolution, if I can use that word. They're going to revive, give life to NAMSA, and as a result, you will see NAMSA rising up on the medal tally at future games.
Tan asked government leaders for their support.
I don't think we can be successful if we don't have the support from the government. I think our friends from Pacific Games Council will tell you, you cannot be hosting games. You cannot expect to do anything seriously if you don't have support from the government. Well, we are getting the support from the government. So that's an important partnership that we must continue. Right, Governor? Right, Lieutenant Governor? Right, Mayor? Yes!
Here's the windup and the pitch.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Let's roll at Gold's Gym Saipan with group exercise for every body. Total Resistant Exercise, or TRX, helps develop your core and improve strength. And Zumba toning is probably the funnest way to get fit. The Shake Cafe is a great place to stop by for a meal replacement or supplements. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
Today's high 84, the low 74, humidity 63%. Tomorrow you're going to like this. Partly sunny, isolated showers only. Northeast winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, high 86, low 74. Sea 7 to 9 feet. Beware of rip currents though. Sunrise 6:39, high tide 7:38, low tide at 12:58, sunset at 6:22. We are already looking forward to Friday night. We will hope you join us then. For everybody here, good night.